thank you, and welcome to the discussion today about enterprise growth drivers in the enterprise messaging business. Let me begin with what I hope is a blinding glimpse of the obvious. Messaging, especially enterprise messaging, is undergoing yet another transformational change. And we should not be surprised. After all, change and the challenges that come with change has been an integral part of our messaging business and history. So consider a timeline. 500 years ago, Christopher Columbus took 10 months to make a westward landing in Haiti and then returned to tell Queen Isabella that he had missed India but found the New World. 150 years ago, it took 10 days to cover 2,200 miles on horseback to be able to deliver a message that weighed 4 grams and was approximately 3 by 3. 140 years ago, a technological leap occurred, a platform transformation, when a telegram could send a message from London to New Delhi, 4,000 miles, in a little under 40 minutes. A century ago, telephones became commonplace, enabling voices to be heard instantly. 40 years ago, the wire was discarded when the first wireless or mobile phone became operational. 25 years ago, the first SMS text message was sent. Today, 23 billion personal texts and 5.8 billion enterprise messages are sent every day. In fact, 8.9 million enterprise messages have been sent since I started speaking to you. If it were 2020, 3 short years from today, 17.2 million enterprise messages would have been sent by the end of this sentence. Now, all of these leaps in messaging throughout its history have been exponential. Platform transformations will continue to be exponential, and our business mindset and strategies must be consistent with that reality. And as messaging experts, we should recognize that while the transport technology has always been changing, the power and purpose of short engagements is enduring. It is the emperor of mobile apps because it is so efficient. According to CTIA last year research, it shows that the average text is now read within 90 seconds. Now, that's a difference, and for comparison's sake, the average response time to an email is 90 minutes. That's a difference that makes email look like the first telegraph and messaging look like the first telephone. Now, an exciting transformative change is coming again. But it is emerging from the enterprise-based software arena, not the messaging nor the mobile industry. Now, the mobile messaging industry can choose to adapt to it or not at its peril. But before I get into the next change, I do want to reflect briefly on the most recent past one, in order to make sure we all recognize it as already being in the past. Now, one constant at global watering holes like this one has been the hand-wringing over the threat of OTT entrants, disrupting the enterprise segment and displacing the carrier-centric messaging model. Well, yes, they have been disruptive in a highly favorable way, bringing innovation and simplifying access for large enterprises and small businesses who viewed business-purposed messaging as undeniably hard. Their disruptive entry has grown the enterprise messaging pie. The structural changes they brought let the customer, the global enterprises, the small businesses, even the 2 guys in a garage looking to use SMS as part of an app, determine how text could best be harnessed for themselves and derive business-purposed growth through the variety of enterprise messaging use cases they developed to match their needs. Thus, they created a structural shift, generating a spike in enterprise messaging use and growth these past few years. The data proves it. Now, do you see that? And you're probably also thinking, there's a lot of doubt in this room right now as to whether consumers are willing to take one message a day on an enterprise basis. So let me point out that in fact, they will. Mobile Squared has fresh data out of the UK indicating that enterprise messaging is underperforming by 60%. So what does that mean? It means that when asked how many enterprise messages they would tolerate beyond the number they receive today, on average, they would accept 62% more. So get ready, another paradigm shift is speeding towards us. Artificial intelligence in the form of cognitive conversation, conversational commerce, or chatbots is coming fast. This platform transformation will be like so many others before it, an exponential change, like the leap from pony to telegraph or telephones to wireless. But here's the rub. If you're one of the countless messaging vendors or an operator who hasn't recognized the OTT pivot, like those who have lived off the transport, report, repeat model over the last decade, a rough trail is ahead of you. And this is not time to try to breed a faster pony. It is the time to embrace and engage with a new platform. Advancements in artificial intelligence and natural language processing, coupled with the proliferation of messaging apps, are going to revolutionize enterprise messaging. Now, for those of you not familiar with them, chatbots are AI-driven software programs that use a natural language interface and voice capability combined with deep data analytics to carry out any number of tasks, from scheduling a meeting to helping users buy a pair of shoes, make a hotel reservation, or help Amazon reduce their costs in operating their global warehouses after applying AI to that problem. Chatbots will track your preferences, your likes, dislikes, your locations, and hosts of other data to make your connected life richer. Thanks, that would be great. Now, this example isn't speculative. It is real. It has been building beyond our horizon. And after 2 days at the Mobile World Congress, I know you've heard about it, because I recognized last night there were 6 different sessions, just like this one, covering either chatbots or AI being conducted here. Perhaps you're curious about what this is all about, and perhaps you've even experienced a chatbot without even knowing it in the recent past. But it is now. It's not years from now. Here's some examples. Since 2011, 6 years now, Tencent's WeChat user-facing messaging bot has enabled WeChat's 900 million subscribers in China to talk to a single bot, which then invokes other bots or apps on behalf of the user, and then returns results to the user on their mobile screen. IBM Watson, who we have a representative from today, began commercial life in 2014 with a range of language processing capabilities applicable to messaging, including the Watson Engagement Advisor. Facebook Messenger is an AI landmark, not just because of the size of Facebook's 1.9 billion users being exposed to chatbot services, but because its platform provides services for more than 10,000 different chatbots. And Salesforce, over the last 2 years, has been engaged in a buying binge, acquiring over 9 different AI firms whose technology will be integrated into their Force platform, expanding it for use by both their enterprise customers and Salesforce itself. Indeed, estimates are that by 2018, next year, 305 days from now, at least 50% of the newest versions of enterprise software products will have some conversational AI platforms, or what are called CAPS, based capabilities and chatbots baked into them. And by 2020, 80% of all enterprise software will have AI and chatbots built into it. 3 very quick years from now. Now, this software will span business process management, enterprise resource planning, and most significantly for the enterprise, or for the messaging industry, customer relationship management. These CAPS will host broad range of solutions that are lower cost, lower risk, faster to deploy, and easier to manage in addressing enterprise IT needs. So if our enterprise business customers provide conversational-rich services across their platforms, then our mobile consumers' behavior will no doubt change as a result of chatbots becoming more familiar to them. As consumers embrace enterprise-driven messaging and adapt to this new platform, much like the shift apps and OTT transformed usage behavior, they will accept and accelerate their access to enterprise messaging even more. Now, you may doubt me, but it's already happening. It's not coming from the mobile messaging segment, but in how enterprises directly engage their customers. There are, however, some enterprise messaging-based companies beyond WeChat that have been exploring and developing ways to transform themselves. RealNetworks is one of them. You may not recognize RealNetworks as a messaging player, but in fact, it has been active in the messaging segment for 11 years. In that time, Real has processed an average of 2 billion messages a day, and that's over 8 trillion messages since 2006. An amazing feat of technological might. 2 years ago, Real directed their expertise to start developing tools around message identification by developing an artificial intelligence unit to apply machine learning tools to its messaging technologies. And by applying AI-based machine learning to enterprise messaging, Real is able to identify and categorize messages, making traffic virtually transparent, enabling operators, OTT, and even enterprises to better control the types and value of messages in their network. RealNetworks saw this transformational change coming. They took the risk, made the investment in resources. Now, they're already offering AI-based messaging solutions with chatbots in the pipeline. Now, as enterprises frame messaging more and more by using AI, I want to leave you with a powerful example of a company that has endured and thrived by embracing and engaging platform changes at every moment in their history. It is not a mobile company, but it is a global tech company that makes your life very much easier. In my view, enterprises who follow it and act like it will frame how the enterprise messaging ecosystem, our business, adapt to enterprise-applied AI. National Cash Register, now known as NCR, was founded in 1884. Today, they sell ATMs, self-service checkout machines, and the kiosks that practically all of you used at the airport or when you checked into your hotel in the last few days. The company manages over 1.5 billion transactions per day, spanning financial transactions, airline tickets, and retail purchases, generating a 6.5 billion annual revenue stream. The company, founded over 130 years ago to manufacture cash registers, considers themselves pioneers in how the world interacts and transacts, and already is using AI and chatbots to communicate, to message with their big enterprise customers. This company that was created the same year as when the Orient Express started running has not wrung its hands over the minutiae of technological advancements. Instead, they followed new technologies and new business opportunities even if those advancements were inconsistent with their original heritage. In my mind, this is good business sense. So what's the moral of this afternoon's story? If your enterprise messaging strategy is to offer the same value proposition as you have over the last 15 years, what I call the transport, report, repeat model, it is time for you to start making the right choices at the right time. If your concern is tweaking your present performance engine, what routes you can manage, create different reports, or chasing the old aspects of the business, you might end up like this. So be nimble, be quick, develop your own AI capabilities like RealNetworks and NCR, or choose to partner with the likes of IBM Watson or Salesforce or the many others that are opening and entering the AI market. As an industry, we need to expand our vision, build new skills, prepare for change, and satisfy enterprise messaging customers differently. Don't breed a faster pony. Don't make a fancier cash machine. Embrace platform transformations now and every step of the way. Thank you.